Hey guys, my name is Grestar, and I'm here to audition for Angelarts' upcoming Pokémon Tabletop United role-playing campaign. And this is not the first time I've recorded this. I'm going to try to do it more quickly because I did not go under the 5-minute limit. So here we go. So if I were to take part in this campaign, I would be playing a 19-year-old girl named Cassandra Pine. This is the image that I've been using from her. It's Leone from Akame ga Kill, I'm pretty sure is the anime. I just got it from a Google search. I had pictured her with short to mid blonde hair, green eyes, with a red bandana that she often wore on her head. And this picture was just like the closest that I got that kind of matched what I thought her personality sort of, would be. Her natural disposition sort of thing. But I like that outfit pretty well too. I mean, I actually edited really poorly. I edited that outfit on her, but it's like a long sleeve dark gray shirt with like a red vest kind of thing, like a jacket vest. So yeah, but that's how I picture Cassandra right now. And I'm going to probably be calling her Cassandra throughout this, but she goes by Cassie, just saying. Anyway, the story that I have for her is that Cassandra grew up, having a pretty normal life. The only child of, her mom and dad. And so her dad was a researcher, specifically involving the evolutionary stones, so like leaf stones, thunder stones, fire stones, water stones, things like that. He was trying specifically to see if, what made them tick, what actually made them work, and if he could harness that energy or amplify and magnify those powers. For instance, to see if you could use one stone to evolve multiple Pokemon, things like that. Her mother, on the other hand, was the owner or the manager or something, high up of the local Pokemart. So, when she was young, she would go out with her dad into the lab or into the field and just watch him do his research. And, he would make it fun because he was a nice guy and everything like that. And once she was 14, old enough to be able to work, she was hired by her mother to work in the Pokemart. So, she worked there, she went to school, and she hung out with her dad a lot when he was doing his research. Unfortunately, when she was 17, her dad died of radiation poisoning, supposedly from the evolutionary stones. So that hit the family really hard, especially, especially emotionally, but also with their finances, because they were relying upon, mother working the Pokemart, and then, research grants and things like that. So it hit hard in a number of ways. She kept working for her mother and helping, just kind of for free though. It was just helping around the house, you could think of it as, but the Pokemart. But when she was 18 and they were still in a poor situation, she decided she wanted to do something more. So Cassandra went out and enlisted with Team Rocket, or whatever the criminal syndicate is in this region, wherever this campaign would take place. So they gave her a stock Pokemon like a Poochyena or whatever, and told her to go out and do stuff. And so she went out and extorted people for money. Now, she is not a fighter. Cassandra is not a combative person. And so she had to use, bluff and, specifically intimidation techniques to extort the money. But if it ever actually went violent, she really wouldn't fare well. But she was able to do that. She got some money, she got some loot, some items and everything, reported back to Team Rocket, or again, whatever the criminal organization is here. And then, she brought her earnings, the rest of them, back home to give to the family fund. So eventually, Team Rocket, one of the grunts or someone else there, they looted eggs. They got Pokemon eggs from some poor trainer or breeding facility or something, and they gave her ones like, yeah, if you want to take care of it, you can have whatever Pokemon's in this. So she gave her stock Pokemon back and just had the egg. Shortly after that, her mom caught on to what she was doing, fired Cassandra from working at the Pokemart, said she was very disappointed in her, that, crime is never the way to go, that sort of thing. And so Cassandra, bitter, being that she only joined Team Rocket in the first place to help her mom out, to aid in their situation, she left home, she got some supplies, and then she took to traveling. So she still loves her mother and still wants to help, still wants to contribute, but she just couldn't be there anymore, you know what I mean? So Cassandra left. Along her travels, her egg hatched, and it turned out to be a Vulpix, which is adorable. Vulpix is my favorite Pokemon, but unfortunately for Cassandra, Vulpix evolves using a Firestone. So it was kind of just like an ironic twist of the knife sort of thing. So because of that unfortunate twist, Cassandra decided to name the Vulpix Poison Ivy. Again, after kind of what happened to her father and how he died. Eventually, she was able to make the disconnection between Vulpix and the evolutionary stones, between Vulpix and what happened to her father. Vulpix did not reflect everything bad that happened to her in her life, that kind of thing. So she eventually dropped the poison and the Vulpix just became named Ivy. So that is basically where I would start if I were to join this campaign, where I have, Cassandra, who has, she lived a pretty normal life. She went through, a few, definitely rough patches in her later years, and now she's still kind of fresh from all of that. She's finally adventuring out on her own. She's being, she's been working all of her life pretty much, but now she's truly being independent. She has not yet, spoken again with her mother, really. but she still tries to, you know, like send back whatever extra money she can that she doesn't need to support herself and her Vulpix first. Because, you know, living out, traveling, it does cost some money sometimes. And so she sends back what she can. And she doesn't really have any like big long-term goals in mind. She's just living day to day. And I think that a lot of this would, you know, further development, her, you know, big goals and everything would depend on what the campaign setting is itself, what happens within the campaign to spur action, you know, what other people in the campaign are like, what other characters are like. I mean, so I'm not trying to make that a cop-out sort of thing. But right now, she just doesn't have anything that's really motivating her to any particular means. She's still kind of in that recovery phase, finding who she is just after leaving home and going on her own little adventure. So that's Cassandra Pine, you know, daughter of a researcher and the owner or manager, whatever, of a Pokemart. Yeah, and if you want to know a little bit mechanically, I have put her in the researcher class with general research and artifice research fields. I took a feature from general research that would give her the skill edge from from untrained to novice in occult, Pokemon education, and medicine education. And so she is all around pretty knowledgeable. She's not a brainiac, you know, not a nerd by any means. At least, you know, maybe if used in the affectionate way. But she knows her stuff when it comes to some things. I've made my own background. I called it favorite, parentheses, and only child, with adept perception and novice general education, and then pathetic combat, tech education, and stealth. So that's currently how I have Cassandra. That's kind of the direction I have her going in, where she's going to expand her knowledge. I imagine at some point she's going to keep delving into the research area. I think that she's also going to pick up hobbyist. And yeah, so there's Cassandra. I hope that you guys like her, and if you like her but don't want her to be in the campaign, or you think someone's better, you know, that's cool. I'm glad that you like her, at least. If I am going to join the campaign, awesome. I look forward to seeing, you know, who the other characters are, what the story is gonna, you know, turn out to be, etc. And if none of the above, well, thank you for watching anyway. But yes, thank you for watching, and we're done. I guess I'll hear from you later. Bye.